Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. My name is Talia Joy, and welcome back to Purpose Uncovered. This is part 2. So in today's episode, in this part, we are talking about your soul's callings, your soul's desires. So this is the images you've had in your mind's eye, the dreams, the desires, where your heart calls you to go. We really are looking at who is the fullest expression of who you are, and any of those deep desires that you've had to write a book, to be on stage. We're also looking at your dream life and making sure that the ideas, the business you have up and going, or the one you're starting is really in alignment with your actual dream life and what your soul wants for you and for your business. And I cannot wait for you to dive in. And if you want to officially register for this event and grab the workbooks and a free meditation, I would be happy to send that to you. The link is below. You can sign up. Of course, it's free, and I'll send them over right away. Also, don't forget that the Soulpreneur Mastermind price is going up after the end of day 3. And this is a small group container. It's just a 14-day experience that is going to take you through clarifying your mission, strategy, who you're here to serve, your branding. I'm going to do an audit on your social media and or website. And it's just going to be so powerful to gather and give your business the boost it needs to answer your questions and really get your energetics and strategy aligned. So right now, it is absolutely insane. It's only $89 for 2 weeks of support. It's crazy. You can check out the link below, and that price will definitely be going up at the end of day 3. So I can't wait to see you in the Soulpreneur Mastermind. And without further ado, let's dive into day 2. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to Purpose Uncovered. We are in part 2 today. We are going deeper. We're going deeper into your soul's callings, and it's going to be really fun. So welcome. I am live on Instagram right now, and we are also uploading this to the Awakening Her podcast afterwards. So what up, everybody? What up, Instagram? What up, Awakening Her podcast? Thank you guys so much for listening. So today in Purpose Uncovered, day 2, what we are doing is we're going into the soul desires, the intuitive process, the something deeper behind what you're here to do and how to tap into your fullest expression, how to help others, and all that. So yesterday was day 1, where we looked at your skills, your gifts, your passions, your talents, what you feel that the world needs most. That was day 1. Super powerful. That message, that mission that comes from within you, the things you feel passionate about, that's what we unlocked yesterday. And today we're going deeper into the soul desires, as I mentioned. So hello, if you're joining me live, make sure to say hi. I'd love to connect. For anybody that joins me live and participates, you are going to be entered in a draw to win a free business boost session where I'm going to help you with the energetics and the strategy behind scaling your business, making more sales, attracting aligned clients, all that beautiful stuff. So if you come join me live, participate, your name will be put into a draw, and I cannot wait to see who I get to connect with at the end of this, who's going to win. Also, just as a reminder, the Soulpreneur Mastermind is happening in the middle of July, and the price is going up at the end of this. So at the end of day 3, the price will be going up. This is a 2-week mini vortex where I'm going to get my eyes, my ears on your business. I'm going to do a business audit. And as a small group, we're going to talk about strategy. We're going to talk about attracting aligned clients. We're going to talk about branding, your mission. We're really going to get clear on those things that maybe have been stopping you from feeling really magnetic in your business. So this is for soulpreneurs who are usually either within their first 5 years of business or doing a total refresh, pivot, authenticity boost. And they really want to create a simple aligned strategy, have the energetics behind it, and really, make a huge impact in the world. So that is the Soulpreneur Mastermind. That is open for right now it's $89 for another couple days, and then it's going up in price. So make sure to jump on that. And if you haven't officially registered for this free event and you would like to, what you'll get if you officially register is a workbook as well as a free aligned leader ritual, which is a meditation that is so freaking powerful to boost your aura, to raise your vibe, and to really get you in touch with that leader energy deep down that is here to help others. So if you want to officially register for this, the link is in the show notes on the podcast, or it's in my Instagram bio. You can check it there. Of course, this is a free event. And yeah, let's just dive in. Okay, so day 2, we're talking about the soul. We're talking about the soul's desires. And if you guys don't know me, hey, my name is Talia. But from the time I was young, I have always known I'm here for big things. And this comes into the soul desires. There's many different ways we're going to look at this today with different exercises. It's going to be really powerful. But there is a blueprint within you of quote unquote what you are meant to be or who you are meant to be. I look at this as the fullest expression of who you are. So there really is no meant to when it comes to your soul and your soul blueprint. I know that that's what I just said, but that's how we relate to it as humans, is like, what am I meant to do? How am I meant to help people? How am I meant to make an impact in the world? And there is that. And that's what I call the fullest expression of who you are. But the reason why there's no actual meant to is because either way, your soul is growing and learning. And not every lifetime do we step into being a lighthouse. We step into making an impact and taking it worldwide and making, spreading our medicine and really making a legacy for ourselves. Not every life is it like that in a business, right? Every lifetime we have different things we've gone through and all of that. And there's not every life is going to include a business. So whether you do or don't in this lifetime, your soul is fine. But I know you're here for a reason. I know that you've got the entrepreneur bug, the soulpreneur bug. You want to help the world. So if that's within you, that's something you've probably known for a long time. And if you're like me, I knew this even when I was really suffering. I was really in my own head. I was really, as I would say, I'm really effed up. It's like all my stuff. Have gone through depression and anxiety and eating disorder and addiction and low self-worth since the time I could remember. So I haven't been this person that's like, I'm so highly functional that I am here to make an impact. It's actually, I've been through so much suffering. And every time I moved through something, I had this deep desire to help others with that thing. So let me know if you can relate. That is generally what happens, as I said yesterday, when we become an old soul and we get this calling to help others through the things that we've been through, right? And if this is resonating and you didn't listen to yesterday, make sure to do that after this, where you can kind of tune into like, what has your life been teaching you? What is the message that is burning within you to share with others? That's what we were talking about yesterday. So we've always known deep down for quite a long time that we are here to help people, that we are here to make an impact. And there's also more to our highest expression of who we are. There's our quote unquote dream life. So I believe that those visions that are put in your mind's eye are there from your soul. They are there for you to step into. So when we talk about a dream life, when we talk about desires of being overflowingly abundant or being of service or being a parent or moving somewhere, traveling, whatever it is, those desires are put into you on purpose. And that's part of the fullest expression of who you are. So when we combine wanting to help people, going through a lot of stuff, and then having these visions in our mind's eye, we really start to bring together what your actual purpose is in relation to helping others, and especially for a business. This is where your medicine is. This is where your magnetism is. This is where your unique imprint is. Your unique blueprint for success. So we're going to talk about the soul's callings. We're going to talk about intuition and some of those visions, some of those ideas that you've had on your mind's eye. So I'd love to hear, if you're joining me live, you can fully participate and let me know what visions you've had for yourself in your mind's eye. So your intuition is the portal to all possibilities. It's the portal to a lot of things. But for the context of this, it's the portal to possibilities, and your soul is the connection between you and the universe, or God, source, life force, energy. And your intuition is like the communication pathway. So we all have a soul, and that's one removed from the human, a little bit more connected to source and timelessness and oneness. But the soul is individual for you for the most part. It's your unique soul. So your intuition is kind of that portal that communicates from the soul you and the source you to the human you. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, and how, you have these desires and you have this quote unquote what you're meant to be, the fullest expression of who you are, already within you. So when you get intuitively aware, when you get still and you listen to the desires that are put on your heart, that are put in your soul, this is really where we start to uncover. First of all, it could be like what's going wrong in your business now to make it not feel as good, or where you can move into for more alignment. This is where we bring more clarity, where we bring more ideal client attraction, and, really using our gifts in the world. So when we get still and we tune in, we realize what we're being pulled toward, what we're being pulled away from, what feels right, what desires are on our heart. And this is the place we have to go. Being human, we have been trained to be logical and to be smart and to not take too big of risks, right? But if you're here to be a soulpreneur, especially like any type of entrepreneur, but here to help people from your gifts, from your soul, from your medicine, you're going to have to, go out on a limb that maybe your family won't understand. Maybe the people around you, maybe society, maybe you will even go like, what the heck am I doing? Like creating this business, this intuitive business or something else. But this is where the blueprint to your fullest expression, your fullest abundance, your fullest impact on the world, this is where it is. So we're going to tune into these intuitive feelings, and I want you to just try to trust the process of what you're hearing today and really come along with me on the ride. So your soul, as I said, has a blueprint, right? So we talked yesterday about the human gifts that you have. So these are human skills and talents, human passions, human medicine, right? But your soul has also desires of its own. So when we tune into the fullest expression of who you are, this is you as your most authentic self. This is you as like when your soul is fully online, you're living in alignment with your soul, with your authenticity, and you're living in this fullest expression. So if you had no limits, if you had unlimited abundance, if nothing got in your head or in your way, what would you be doing with your life? What would you be doing with your business? What is the fullest expression of who you are? The fullest expression of who you are is that's the pathway. That's what your soul is whispering to you, to go bigger, to go more authentic, to, host a retreat or write a book or show up in a bigger way. So that's what we're talking about, is this fullest expression of who you are coming from your soul. So the first thing we do, as I mentioned, is tuning into your intuition. So asking yourself, where has your intuition been guiding you? And if you've not downloaded the workbook, signed up to get the workbooks, I highly recommend it so that you can go through this in your own time, so that you can set the scene, burn some sage, grab some tea, and take a few minutes, because I do have a lot of good questions and prompts in the workbook that you could sit with and really uncover deeper. But I want to ask you, where has your intuition been guiding you in your current business when it comes to expressing your soul, expressing your gifts? It could even be that you don't have a full business up and running, but you keep getting a nudge to share inspiring things online or to show up live, or you keep getting a nudge to create a podcast or write a blog or write a book or something. That's where we want to look. So I want to ask you, where has your intuition been guiding you when it comes to expressing yourself, when it comes to your business, when it comes to sharing your gifts? And then I also want you, for those of you in business already, I want you to really notice, and this was a hard pill for me to swallow. I feel like I'm always, I have this on my radar. I'm always aware of this. I want you to notice how you feel when you're in your business, when you're serving people, when you're live, when you're recording, when you're creating content. I want you to really notice intuitively what feels good and what doesn't. And it's very common for entrepreneurs and soulpreneurs to get caught up in what I should do, but then they start doing things that are just misaligned. So maybe, pumping out digital courses doesn't feel good for you, or maybe hosting live groups on Zoom doesn't feel good for you, or one-on-ones doesn't feel good, or a membership doesn't feel good. Whatever it is, you have to go with what feels good to you. And we're going to get to that in a moment. What feels fun, what feels creative, what feels expressive, that's where you're going to shine. And I love when I see soulpreneurs and they just offer the most random things, like the name is super fun, the graphics are super fun, and it's some random, even the Soulpreneur Mastermind, it's a 2-week voice memo, but with trainings and, I'm giving you a social media audit and all this, and I'm just kind of creating what feels good. Well, supporting, souls getting into their business, spending 2 weeks together, going through the core pillars to build up success and strategy, but in just like a 2-week blast for those that need help moving forward. That feels really fun. And I used to always think that things had to be like some huge 12-week course or some huge, thing. But I started realizing there's a time and a place for that. There's also a time and a place when my intuition's like, I just want to hop on. I just want a voice memo. I want to support people. I want to dive into your business. I want to give you that boost that you're looking for in a fun, fresh way. So I started to intuitively feel like constant, really long programs with lots of trainings and lots of workbooks and all that when I'm busy, when I have 3 kids or it's dance season, or I mean, I do have 3 kids. So when it's dance season or when it's summer and they're off, maybe that doesn't feel supportive. This is where we really want to look, is in your intuition. Where have you been guided to share your message with people? Who have you been guided to share your message for, or who is it for? And then also in your business now, what feels good and what doesn't? And sometimes we need to go like, going live doesn't really feel good. But then maybe you go live and people are engaging with you and you're stoked and you get off and you're like, wow, that was scary, but I feel like excitement in my body. That's what we start to tune into. What makes you feel scritchy, like nails on the chalkboard, and what actually feels good when you're in your business, when you're serving people. And then we want to really look at using your gifts and your skills and your passions and your talents that we uncovered yesterday. So by actively using your gifts. So if you're a card reader and one of your skills and talents from yesterday was your intuitive channel or your ability to give amazing readings, even if you don't have booked out clients right now, or even if you're putting out an offer and you just have a couple people joining, whatever, you can still be sharing your gifts. You can still show up online and do a live card reading. You could post a card daily in your stories for people. We want to be still using our gifts. So you could even post on your stories, hey, for the next hour, I'm giving free card readings where anyone that writes me, I'm going to pull one card and send a little message. You can still use your gifts and talents, even if you don't have booked out clients or someone's actively not buying your thing. It's actually more important that you're using those gifts and skills and talents, because that's what will magnetize people to you. As I said yesterday, the lighthouse's job is to be the light. We don't have to run around the island looking for boats to save. The lighthouse does not run around the island looking for boats to save. It just is the light. So use your gifts. Use your gift of empathy, of compassion, of wise sayings, of inner child knowledge, of herbalism knowledge, like whatever it is that are your gifts and talents that we uncovered yesterday, use them in your business. Make sure you're using them in your business. And that starts to align you with those natural given gifts and skills and talents that I know your soul wants to share with the world and wants you to share with the world. That's your unique medicine. So another thing, in addition to using your gifts and skills, is to listen to your heart. And this is very close to the intuition. Those, for some people, will resonate more with heart, more with intuition, both. It's fine. But paying attention to what your heart desires rather than just, as I said, what you think you should do. So what is your heart calling you for? What does your heart whisper to you? How is it calling you to go bigger, to help people, to step out into the light, to create your own business, to scale your own business, to start doing retreats, to write your darn book, Where is your heart guiding you? What is it asking you to do? And notice how your heart feels or your body feels when you navigate certain choices. When you think, writing a book would be really fun. Or, what would be neat is doing some sort of self-love challenge. Yeah. Notice in your body, notice in your heart what feels good and what doesn't. And this is a huge indicator of where your soul is leading you. And this is one of the things when I'm doing audits with people in their business, we are picking off that low-hanging fruit. We don't have time for shit that doesn't feel good. And if you're offering something, you might even have done energy sessions, full moon clearings that felt good, and then all of a sudden they didn't. And if you don't have the people showing up, or it doesn't feel aligned anymore, or it just feels scritchy, we got to cut that low-hanging fruit. These are the places where we have power leaks in our business. We are doing all the things we think we should do to be like everybody else, to get to 10K months, to whatever else, but we're not listening to our heart. We're not listening to our soul. So the next point is about making it fun and creative in your business. Your soul speaks to you through inspiration. So inspiration, inspired, is in spirit. So when you're going along and you're in like downward dog and you're like, oh, I want to do a 21-day whatever challenge with my people, or I want to start posting more about this, or, oh, I feel something on my heart to share, or I want to do a program on, so and so, or on a topic. The things that feel fun, the things that feel creative, the things that feel inspired when it hits you. Good God, let me know if you can resonate to this. Please write that shit down, because I can't tell you how many times I'm like on a walk and I'm like, oh, I have this best idea. I'll remember it, right? Often you don't, because it's inspiration that drops in from spirit, sees if you're ready, sees if you're listening. And then if you're willing to go with it, it could end up being something that really helps a lot of people and helps you to bring abundance and really works in your business. But we have to be willing to go on it, right? So make your business, your expression, your Instagram, your podcast, your blog, whatever, make it fun, make it creative. Think to yourself, what would be fun to do? What would feel fun? Because the world is so serious. There's so much out there. And if your business is like mine, where we're dealing with up-leveling and sometimes healing and moving through the past and all that, it can get heavy. So make it playful. Find a fun way to say the things that you say. If you resonate with humor and fun and adventure like I do, just make it fun. Really make your business inspired, in spirit, creative. It's more important that it's authentic and fun and creative than perfect, than everything being perfect and your whole Instagram, page being this perfect grid or whatever. We're so over that. Make it fun, make it lively, make it you. Make it you so that your people know how to find you. This is something I say to my soulpreneur clients all the time. You have to be you so that people know you when they see you. Even if you're doing that weird laugh you do, or you have blemishes on your face, or your hair's frizzy like mine all the time, or if you're just not put together, but you have something on your heart and you just want to hop on your stories and say it, people appreciate that. For the love of Jeebus, people appreciate authenticity, right? It's refreshing because we're so used to seeing all this like ducka, maybe written by Chat GPT or whatever. No shame, but it's just like we need more of you. We need more fun. We need more play. So we're going to go through some of the exercises, but first I want to share one of my favorite quotes to really put you in line with service. This is actually a prayer from A Course in Miracles, and what this does is I would recommend doing it every day. But this really helps you to put you back on track, to put you back in alignment, to open you up into how you're meant to be of service, particularly if you already have a business or if you're looking to start something or just want to be more in service in the world. So the quote goes like this, or the prayer, you've probably heard it. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? So A Course in Miracles, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? And this is a beautiful prayer to really allow Source to guide you. Allow your soul to guide you, because people need your medicine, whether they're paying you or not. If you're in a business, we need to have a business, so we need to have people paying you. But you are here to be of service. So using this beautiful prayer, just taking a moment with me for a minute, you could even put your hand on your heart if you wish. Take a deep breath in. Source, angels, guides, soul. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? So this will help you to open up. This will help you to be of service. And as you go about your life online, people you see, moms on the schoolyard, well, we're out for summer now, but friends you run into at the grocery store, you may find that someone's looking a little sad or someone's looking like they need love. And you remember that prayer that you said, oh yeah, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? This person needs a hug. I need to tell this person they're doing a great job. It allows you to be of service. And especially when you have, not even especially, but when you have a business, this is a really beautiful way to go like, I don't know what, maybe you don't know what you need to be doing right now, or you don't know where the kinks are in your business that aren't working. Just open it up. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? And then act on those inspirations, those downloads. This is your source calling you. This is your source, or this is your soul guiding you, not just the catchy strategies that you see online. You're also aligned with your soul and being of service. Okay. So one of the first exercise that I want to take you through is starting to ask yourself, and I do, as I said, really recommend looking at the workbook, taking some time with this. Of course, the workbook's free. If you're just tuning in live and you haven't heard me say that, you can download it. The link is in my bio or in the show notes on the podcast. So I want to start identifying your most authentic life. And this is what people may call your dream life. So I would just want to ask, and aside from a business, aside from, being of service and helping people and all of that, what does your dream life look and feel like? What is a day in your dream life? Are you based at home? Are you traveling? Are you in an office? Do you own some sort of center? Are you speaking? Are you, immersed in different cultures, spending time in all different places all over the world? Are you at home with children? Are you making, crafts or art or jewelry or, speaking your voice in some way? What do you spend your money on? What do you spend your time doing? How do you express yourself creatively? What is your energy about? How is your confidence level? In what ways are you successful? So we're looking at the dream life and we're asking, what does that look like? And so on day 3, we're going to all be bringing this together. And this is something that most soulpreneurs do not understand is your perfect business plan involves your dream life. So I'm just going to give a very quick example. I have a client right now who does energy clearing, and we were talking the other day about how she wanted to book, this many clients, and each client she booked included something like 9 sessions over a couple of months. So she's also a mom. She's also traveling. It's also summer. And I said to her, do you really, really want to get like 8 new clients or 5 new clients that each include like 8 or 9 sessions, and basically you're booked up till September? And it's these types of questions where we have to really go, what I say I want, does that actually align with my dream life? And that's part of what I was saying is that nowadays I'm not doing deep dive 12-week programs unless it's something that I'm really encouraged to do, because with young kids, my youngest is now going to go off to kindergarten, so life is going to change in September. But with young kids, it doesn't feel right to have 12 calls in 12 weeks and every Tuesday. Like my schedule is so shifting and flowing, and my husband plays music, and so he's got gigs and random times, and it's summer. And that doesn't actually fit with my life. So we want to ask yourself, what does your actual dream life look like? Because if it includes travel, but you're creating a business that keeps you nailed down, then it's time to free yourself. If your ideal dream life includes, writing all day and recording, but right now all you're doing is seeing clients for 8 hours a day, there's going to be power leaks there. And those are the things that start to hold us back, especially when we already have this business up and going. So a big part of what you want to look at is actually what you're doing in your business, or what you think you want. Does that actually go in line with your ideal life? Like if money wasn't an issue and confidence was tippy top high and you were just freaking loving life, is it a life that maybe it's a garden at home and you have chickens and farm and you're home all the time? Or maybe it is traveling, or maybe it is speaking on stages all over the world. We really want to look at what that biggest expression looks like, and make sure that we're building something that is in alignment with that now. So one example is freedom. It's really, really important in my life. It is a core value. It is a huge part of who I am. And again, I realized I was doing things that didn't allow me enough freedom. I'm also a human design reflector. P.S. You need a reflector in your business, in your life. But I'm a human design reflector. And so I need space. I need space to have my own energy tippy top. Like I really need to spend a lot of time in energy work and spaciousness. And so I realized a couple years ago that I really wanted to go more into supporting clients' voice memo, less calls all day and more in the voice memo context. And so that's really been amazing for helping clients, for giving me the freedom, because I can go to the beach and reply to clients from the beach. I can be at my office. I can be wherever. So basically, not getting too far into my business, we really want to make sure that what you're creating now, or what you're starting to create, actually fits in with what your dream life looks like. Because if you want freedom, but you also have a goal to get 5 clients, and each of those 5 clients signs up for 5 different sessions over 2 weeks or something. And now all of a sudden, by getting 5 clients, you're like overbooked. That's not good for your nervous system. And that's actually not even good for your brain. Your brain will stop you because it goes like, I don't want that to be that busy, right? So we actually end up blocking ourselves because it's not in alignment. So that's what we want to look at in that first exercise is, what is your dream life like? And we want to just start looking at, where are the contrasts? Where already is what you're going for and your goals contrasting what your actual dream life looks like? I know for me, I have to create a business in freedom. I have to do that now. It's not when I'm a millionaire, then I'll create freedom. When I'm a millionaire, then I'll take time to go to the gym or look after myself. No, we have to create a life that fits in with your dream life now, a business that fits in with your dream life now. If exercise, if taking walks in the day, if nutrition's really important to you, but you're locked up somewhere and you're never taking breaks and you're never moving your body, it won't work. You are a soul-based entrepreneur, which means you have to be incredibly in alignment with your own truth to be a leader. You don't have to be perfect, but that's the place where we look. That's the place where we focus, is you being really authentic and aligned with who you truly are. So the second exercise is, now we're going to ask the deeper part of you. So again, if you can get into a quiet space and all of that, you can go over this in the workbook, but we really want to ask the deeper part of you. How do you see yourself helping people in your mind's eye? So if you have a business now, let's not even look at what you're already doing. The things that feel good can stay. But aside from what you're already doing, I want to talk about, how do you see yourself helping people in your mind's eye? In that dream life. And I say you're in your dream life and you're helping, whether it's millions or thousands or however many you feel you're here to make, you're in that dream life and you're helping the masses. You're making an impact. You're creating freedom in your life, abundance. You're expressing yourself creatively. How are you serving people? And then we would be also asking, what would be an exciting way to serve people or help people? Like, imagine being a retreat leader. Imagine writing a book. Imagine how when I wrote my Manifest This Shit activity and coloring book, that was that was an expression of fun and adventure and just creativity. I wasn't like, this is my millionaire idea, but it was so fun and it did so well. And like, even people are still ordering it now because it's so powerful. I use it all the time. And it was just really fun. So that was one that kind of came to me where I'm like, it would be fun, like adult activity books and coloring books based in manifestation. That would be fun. So we want to ask that deeper part of you, what would be an exciting way to help people? What would be a fun way to help people? What big visions have you had for yourself and your future? Have you seen yourself on stage? Have you seen yourself writing a book? Have you seen yourself collaborating or co-hosting a podcast, or, selling your art all over the world, selling your art to celebrities, like whatever it is? What have you seen in your mind's eye? What have you thought, it would be amazing? Because now is the time. Now is the time. We are moving through life. Time stops for nobody. Getting out and helping others is something that brings you deep fulfillment into your soul. And the way in which you do it lights up the path. That's what really gives the magnetism and the mojo, is you doing things that are in line with your soul. So I want to ask you too, the deeper part of you, what does success mean on a bigger level? What does success mean? After the money, income, goals, what does success mean to you? What lights you up and makes you feel alive? What is your soul calling you to do? How is it calling you to serve? So, as we think about these things and tune into our soul, we want to really start to see those common threads. It's like, I really want to help people while I travel. I really want to write my book. My soul has been asking me to just get out there and start doing readings, start doing mentorship. Maybe it is to collab or create something big that you've been putting off in your business because it's felt too scary. What has your soul been calling you to do? And there's things that my soul's called me to do that I'm actively conjuring up the bravery to do. So it doesn't mean we have to do them all tomorrow. But when we really see, like, damn, I know I'm being called to get on stage or to, talk to youths in high schools or write the book or whatever, we can start to move toward that. We can start to take steps toward that. So the one question in all of this with asking your soul that I want to ask you right now and see what comes up If you were here on earth to learn and help others with one thing, what would that be? Okay. So as we wrap up day 2, I really want to look at what are those visions you've had? What are those nudges you have had? Where is your soul calling you to go? And I want to remind you that we almost always come up against at some point or another, who am I to do this? So like hands up if anyone has experienced that. Who am I to help people? There's so many life coaches out there. There's so many this and that. I still don't have everything figured out. Who am I to help people? You are the perfect person to help people. You are the perfect person to share your medicine. Who are you not to? I once had a life coach say to me, yes, Kaden, I love that. I once had a life coach say to me, stop being a dick, Talia. Stop playing small. Stop hiding your gifts from the world. I was like, wow, that's a little harsh for my coach to call me a D. But anyway, it shook me. And I've thought about it. Yes, Indra, I love that. Yes. And I think about that. We get in our own head. And yes, we sabotage our own success, but it comes to a point where when you're here as an old soul, the world needs your medicine. And there are times when I want to say to my clients, like, you're magical. If only you could freaking say that. I probably do say that to my clients, but if only you could see your magic, like get out there. There's a world to impact. You have knowledge and wisdom within you that I know you may doubt yourself sometimes. And so do I, and so does everybody else. But if nobody ever got out there because they doubted themselves, we wouldn't have the life-changing books and podcasts and mentorship and circles and community and businesses that we have now. We need you to share your light. As we were talking about yesterday, the world is suffering. The world is going through a bit of a broken era, right? We're really caught up in lack and greed and scarcity and illness and, division and fighting and war and all this stuff. It's a crazy time right now on this earth. And I know you may feel like a sensitive soul put on this kind of crazy frickin' earth, and maybe even online or business. It feels like a lot. It can feel like a lot, but the alternative is never sharing your light or always doing what you think other people want you to do, and never doing what your soul is calling you to do. That, to me, is the ultimate nightmare. To never do what my soul came here to do and instead stay small, stay in my head, stay small because like my family might not get it, or society doesn't quite get it, or what if I fail, or what if they laugh at me? Yeah, what if? There's the odd time I get hate comments online. I've had some really interesting ones, but would I ever trade it for all the impact I've been able to make and all the impact that's to come? Never in a fucking ever. Never in an ever. Because when people write me and say, oh my goodness, I took your podcast with me. I listened to like 10 episodes on this road trip and like it changed my life. Or I've been able to change my life. People I don't even know. I've been able to change my life by listening to your podcast for the last few months. That kind of stuff way outweighs the fear. Okay, the fear tries to come in. But at the end of the day, to my soul, because I'm really here to be authentic and transparent, entrepreneurship is the self-development course of a lifetime. It's nuts. But the alternative is not doing it. The alternative is not being of service and not being fulfilled. Or, for me anyway, that's how I feel. So how are you here? How is your soul calling you to serve? How is your soul calling you to show up? And I'm going to really encourage you to show up a little bit more in your medicine. So posting, inspiring things, having vulnerable moments, giving shares of how you overcame things, continuing and remembering there are real humans out there that really need your light, that really need to be told about self-love, about meditation, about healing, about spirit, about the journey of self-growth, and they need you to say it. They're waiting for you. There's people actively Googling the things that you have wisdom and knowledge within you from your life experience, from the things you've learned, from books, from courses, from all the stuff. So how is your soul calling you to share? How is your soul calling you to step up? What does your dream life look like? What would be fun? What would be expansive? What is the fullest expression of who you are helping others? That's what I want you to think about today. So the sky is an oyster. No, wait. The future is your oyster. No, wait. There's a sea filled with oysters, something about oysters. Truly, life is unlimited possibilities. And you as a unique soul are called here, are meant for a fullest expression life of abundance, of purpose, of impact, of sharing your message. Your suffering hasn't been for nothing. The struggle hasn't been for nothing. You're literally meant for this. You went through so much so that so that other people don't have to, so that there's a message within you, tools within you that can help prevent others from going through the same. That's why you went through it, to teach you the life lessons you needed and to create shortcuts for others, to create supports, to be a lighthouse for others. It's literally what you're meant for. So bring that into your business more. Bring your soul's callings into your business more. Forever, I knew that I was like, all I want to do is record podcasts and write books. And I'm still going like, okay, cut the fluff, what doesn't work, what's not in alignment. I'm always doing that so that I can be recording all day, having like high level, high touch clients that I help them move the needle forward in their business and write books. And it's like all I want to do. And you know what? That's what I get to do. And that's what I get to create in my business and in my life, is things that feel aligned. I don't want to do a blog. I don't want to have a Facebook group. I don't really even spend any time on my website. I don't really want to. But I do want to record. I do want to share my magic. I do want to channel. I do want to help other people to live fully expressed and make an impact in the world. Because when I help people that help people, my soul becomes alive. The wisdom, the knowledge I know comes out. My channel gets activated. And that's what's fully fulfilling. When I'm working with soulpreneurs, when I'm helping them to create impact and freedom in their life and abundance, my soul just comes on board. And that's why in my business, I've pivoted multiple times. I started out doing nutrition consulting. Then I went into intuitive eating. And then I started teaching about self-love. And then I started doing manifestation 101. It keeps evolving as I evolve. And I listen to my soul and where I'm being guided. So I want you to listen to your soul, get your head out of the sand with your business, and sometimes like come back up and have a broader perspective. As I said, listen to your heart, make it fun, make it creative. What would be fun? What would be exciting? What would, just for shits and giggles, because why not? This would be really fun. Collab would be fun. A 5-day event would be fun. A talk would be fun. Hosting a clearing would be fun. What would be fun for you? How do you want to show up? Okay. This is what we're talking about. Think about this stuff. Download the workbook if you have not already. Thank you guys so much for joining me live, for being here for Purpose Uncovered. I'm so excited. Day 3 is going to bring this all together, where we're going to be talking about ways to actually tangibly amplify the business you already have going. Maybe some ideas for those of you that are just in the midst of creating a business, some ideas of ways that you can share your light more, make income from it, impact more people. We're also in this crazy time right now of the internet. And I swear there's never been a better time to try to get your message out there. Because imagine 10, 15, 20 years ago hosting a workshop. You would have to put flyers on flyers on telephone poles. You'd have to be going to your local rec center and going around. Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone? But we actually get to use the internet now. So your ideal clients are searching for your medicine. You have specific people you're here to serve, and this is the best time to do it. So tune into those soul's callings. We're starting to combine that with your gifts, your skills, your passions, your talents, what you've learned. And we're going to bring it all together in day 3. You're so welcome, my love. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you guys in a couple days. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. And if you are a soulpreneur, I have got a gift for you. It is called the Soulpreneur Success Guide. It is a free PDF jam-packed with strategies to bring your business up to the next level. We have prompts for content. We talk about the 9 pillars to success, making sure you are showing up in an aligned way and really taking your message to the next level. I cannot wait to send you this free guide. It is so packed. You're going to love it. You can check the show notes below for the Soulpreneur Success Guide.